Lot contested there for the ball, and the umpire calls play on it. Comes out the back there. Xavier Drum tries to pick this one up, gathers it in. Tackled there by Norfolker. Clearing kick by Norfolker there, two to the centre of the ground. Lockie Bomb there for Norfolker. Kicks this one forward. It's good mark to Josh Guthrie. New hairstyle for Josh today. Onto his mate there. Charlie Smith back to Guthrie. Kicks this one forward for Norfolker, and it's a mark out the back there. They'll have their first shot on goal to Norfolker. Comes inside. Good spoil there by Braithgain. Tom Swan taps it over the top to Gain. Dodges round one. Back to Nick Malady. Back to Braithgain. Comes inside there, and it's marked by Norfolker. Attempted mark there by Cooper Higgins for Norfolker, but it's on the ground. Boston McCree taps this one back to Xavier Higgins. Gets a hand pass away to Braithgain. His hand pass is smothered by Charlie Smith. Gathered by Norfolker across centre half forward there. Kick forward by Lockie Bomb. Race for the ball there by Cooper Higgins. He has the first shot on goal, and it's through a behind. The Lions have loaned 5 boys to Norfolker there. So if you see their jumpers turned inside out, that's their Lions players helping the Norfolker fellas out today. So the ball to be brought in by Dylan Freeman here. No, Braithgain, sorry. He kicks this one long. It's a good mark to Jed Corbett on that far wing. He can quickly chip it over the top here to Jake Underwood. Shepherd there by Nick Belady. Kicks one over the top there, looking for Boston McCree. He marks it there at centre half forward. Looks to come back inside to Braithgain. Finds him there. 70 metres from goal. Comes wide to Tom Swan.
Back in the centre if you want him.
Can go back to Braithgain here. Norfolker with numbers back in defence. Very crowded there. Gets a hand pass back to Tom Swan. Sends this one in long and high. Under is Xavier Drum. Almost marks through his hands. Ball's on the ground there. Picked up by Harrison Fisher. Gets his hand pass away. Tapped back by Lockie Granger. Into the path of Xavier Drum. Gets his kick away, but it's gathered by Norfolker. Clearing kick out of defence. Up to the centre of the ground there. Coming through is Josh Guthrie. Gets his hand pass by Nick Belady onto Braithgain, and it's good mark by Harrison Fisher here in the half forward flank for the Lions. He can go short to Jed Corbett in the pocket, and he'll go back and have the Lions' first shot on goal. 4 minutes into this first quarter. Deep in the pocket. No breeze, so to speak. Very good day for football. Very even contest so far as he comes in on his approach. Kick is on its way. It's a good straight kick, and it's straight over the goal umpire's head, resulting in the first goal to the Lions. Been a very even contest so far. Back to the centre of the ground. Lockie Bomb and Boston McCree in the ruck. Will be a good contest there as McCree punches this one forward. Coming out is Jed Corbett, but it's gathered here by Charlie Smith for Norfolker. Chips this one over the top. Gathered by Norfolker there. Ball's kicked forward. Coming through is Jake Underwood. Gathered by Charlie Smith. Tries to get his hand pass away. Regathers, follows up. Tom Swan hovers over the ball there, gets one out the back by Jake Underwood to Sam Taylor, breaks one tackle, kicks this one forward. Brock Harris race for the ball here. His Norfolker opponent comes out and takes possession. Hand pass over the top. Regathers there. Cooper Higgins for Norfolker gets his hand pass back to his Norfolker teammate. Ball's kicked forward there. Gathered by Lockie Bomb for Norfolker. Kicks this one high to centre half forward there. Almost marked by Norfolker. Comes back inside, sends this one long to the goal square. Race for the ball here by Dylan Freeman. He taps this one forward. Bounces back behind him. Pressure here by Norfolker. Ball's towed off the ground there. Bounced off feet. No score at this stage, picked up by Nick Mulady. Back inside there to Joseph Meyer. The ball's held up there, 20 metres out from goal. Clearing kick here by Toby Foster. Gathered by Lockie Bomb for North Wagga. Kicks this one over the top, but the last line of defence there is Dylan Freeman. Regathers. Kicks this one back into dangerous territory, and it's marked by Lockie Bomb. Chips one over the top, looking for North Wagga there, but it's cut off by Ganmain there. Ball's kicked back in. Max Harris on that occasion, a running shot on goal. And it's a goal to Cooper Higgins, I think. North Wagga score. 1-6 to 1, the Lions to North Wagga, 1-1-7. Seven minutes into this first quarter. As Lockie Granger comes into the rock. Broston McCree's moved to full forward. Granger taps this one down. Coming through his Matt Stockton on to Jed Cordon. He can chip this one forward and finds Brave Gain. Good football. 30 metres out from goal. He elects to play on. Kicks across to Xavier Drum. He swings around the corner and has a shot on goal. But it's through for a behind. North Wagga elect to go to that far side. Take a bounce, kick this one out wide. Under this is Drum, takes a good mark. Xavier Drum, 70 metres for goal. Looks to come inside. Numbers here for the Lions. Jake Underwood takes the mark. Can chip it back to Drum as he's pushed forward. Takes a mark there. Comes back inside and finds Brave Gain. Lions quite prepared to share this ball around early. Brave Gain will go back and have a shot on goal. He's about 40 metres out, straight in front. Recovered from a finger injury over the last few weeks. Very talented cricketer. You go back, comes in on his approach. And it's off the side of the boot. Out over the sidelines, out on the full. Cooper Higgins will take this kick for North Wagga in the pocket. Brings it in. Finds a North Wagga teammate across half forward there. Kicks this one high. Under this is Tom Swan. Picked up by Lockie Bomb. He breaks one tackle. Hand pass dropped by North Wagga. Picked up by Lockie Granger. Gathered by Sam Taylor there. Looking for Jed Corbett at centre forward. It's gone through his hands. Gathered there by Braithgain. Picked up by North Wagga. Jed Corbett overruns it. The ball's held up there and the umpire, oh, it's escaped there and it's out. Gathered by Lockie Bomb for North Wagga. He fumbled, picked up by Lockie Granger. It's a good mark there by North Wagga. They go wide, finds a teammate right on the boundary line there. He looks to play on, kicks this high. And out the back is Zach McPherson for North Wagga, sorry. He can go inside, find a North Wagga teammate, marks in the centre of the ground in front of Stockton, gets a hand pass on to Charlie Smith. Cut off there by Joseph Meyer, goes to Nick Mulady. He's back in defence there for the Lions and he cuts this off. Dylan Freeman on that occasion tried to trap that ball across half back there, and Nick Bailey will bring this back in for the Lions. Kicks this high, looking for Jake Underwood, and he just fumbles a mark over the boundary line. Just a bit of attack of the fumbles there from the Lions early in this first quarter of this game. Bond and Taylor in the ruck. Gathered by Drum. Kicks this one forward. It's a 2-on-1 here. It's marked out the back by Higgins, Cooper, playing for North Wagga at the moment. Kicks this one high, but it's a good mark by Xavier Drum. He's been prominent early in this game. Gets his kick high. Under this is Jed Corbett. Coming through is Higgins. Steals the ball in the air. Play on, says the umpire. Gathered by Corbett. Tries to break a tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me. And we'll throw it up. Granger in the ruck for the Lions. Tapped forward by Northwogger. Gathered there by Northwogger. Comes forward to Xavier Drummond. Gathers this one in. Swings around. Looks for Matt Stockman in the middle of the ground. He can play on here. He's got a paddock in front of him. Takes one bounce. Chips one over the top, looking for Braith Gain. Charging through is Harrison Fisher. He gathers it in there. Gets a hand pass to Brock Harris. Ball's held up there by Northwogger. Picked up by Brock. Attempt to do there. Charging through is Northwogger. Picked up by Gain. He can swing around on his left. Jed Corbett tries a one-hand mark, but he drops it. Play on, says the umpire. On to Fisher, swings around his right, looking for Broston McCree. Sun in his eyes. It's gone through his hands, and Northwogger forces it through from behind. That takes it, scores a level. The Lions 1 goal to 8 to Northwogger. 1 goal to 8 as Northwogger bring this in. Almost marked by Charlie Smith, gathered by Jed Corbett. Gets a quick kick forward. Finds Lockie Granger. He can play on here. His kick smothered. Lions just a little bit over-anxious at the moment. They just need to settle things, go back and take their kicks. As the ball's come through the centre of the ground there. Ball spills free. Picked up by Sam Taylor. It's kicked forward there. Numbers there for the Lions. Gathered by Charlie Smith. On to Cooper Higgins there, the Northwogger players. Kick this one forward. Good cut off there by Max Harris. Shown good explosive shutdown speed across half back there, but the kick's gathered across half forward there by Cooper Higgins. He finds his cousin in Zach McPherson in front of the grandstand. He can chip one over the top. Finds a Northwogger teammate there across half forward. He can kick it forward to Lockie Bomb. He marks across half forward there for Northwogger. On to Cooper Higgins, who's pushed on. Runs around. Boston McCree has a shot on goal, and it's a good mark there by Northwogger in the goal square. And they'll have a shot on goal. They kick their second of the quarter. That takes Northwogger to 2 goals to 14 to the Lions, 1 goal to 13 minutes into this first quarter. Under 15s play, 17 minutes, quarters. It's been a pretty even contest so far. Lions not so polished with their skills at this stage, but they'll be looking to improve that as the game progresses. McCree in the ruck, taps this down to Drum. He's been tackled without possession, and he'll get the free kick. Centre of the ground, chips one short to Braith Gain. He's got room here to play on. Can send this in, looking for Underwood. Gone through his hands, gathered by Northwogger. Clearing kick here. Tom Swan, a race for the ball here for the Lions. His Northwogger opponent, gathered by Northwogger, gets a quick forward, kick quick forward, gathered by Drum, dodges around one, sends this one in, long and low, looking for Brock Harris. Ball's on the ground there, gathered by Northwogger, picked up by Jake Underwood, swings around his left, his kick smothered. Ball's on the ground there, players trying to pick this one up. Tapped out by Northwogger there, get a clearing kick out of defence. And this one will roll over the sidelines. Chance to regroup here. The umpire will call for a throw in. Or ball up in front of the commentary box. 15 minutes gone in this first quarter. Boston McCree in the ruck. Taps that down, but it's into the hands of Charlie Smith for Northwogger. One goes high. Under this is Toby Foster. Gathered by Northwogger there. Kicks this one forward. It's gone through hands there of Josh Guthrie. Max Harris tries to gather this one. Charging through is Zach McPherson. Gathered by Charlie Smith. One back to Northwogger there. But he's wrapped up in a good tackle there by Sam Taylor. Good pressure. He gets the free kick in the centre of the ground there. Kicks this one forward, looking for Xavier Drum. It's gone through the hands. Cut off there by Cooper Higgins. Gone wide. Race for the ball here by Zach Kennedy. One's gone forward, but under this is Max Harris. Cuts it off there at centre half, back for the Lions. He can go wide. Finds Sam Taylor there, right on the 50-metre line in defence for the Lions. Looks for Jed Corbett at centre half forward there. He regathers, can't take the mark, wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will call for a ball up. The centre of the ground there. 16 minutes gone in this first quarter. Lockie Granger taps that one forward into the path of Jake Underwood. Charging through is Xavier Drum. He can't pick it up. Gathered by Lockie Bomb. Gets his kick wide to Northwogger there. The umpire's call to play on. Ball's kicked forward. Under this is Toby Foster. Gone through his hands. Out the back there is Northwogger. Gathered. Breaks one tackle. Can have a shot on goal. Kicks it long. And it's a goal to the Saints. Takes them to 3 goals, 2-20 to 1 goal, 2-8 to the Lions. Late in this first term.
So you only want 4 now, do you?
Very even contest so far. It's Granger in the ruck for the Lions, up against Lockie Bomb, currently playing for Northwogger in this quarter. Granger taps that one down into the path of Gain. Charges out of the centre, kicks this forward. It's gone over the top of the pack. Boston McCree couldn't mark that one on that occasion. It's tried to be cleared here by Northwogger, and it's good mark to Cooper Higgins as a siren goes to end the first quarter, which shows the scoreboard as 3 goals, 2-20 to the Lions, 1 goal, 2-8. Northwogger just a bit short of numbers today, so the Lions have gave them 5 players in that first quarter. The coaches will look to rotate the players and give them all an opportunity. As we take a break at the end of this first quarter, we'll be back for the start of the second. As we return to start this second quarter, in the ruck now for the Lions is Lockie Bond. Taps this one forward into the path of Charlie Smith. Charling through is Xavier Drum for Northwogger. Regathered by Charlie Smith, gets a hand pass back to Cooper Higgins. Swings round on his left, chips this one short, looking for Harrison Fisher. It's just gone through his hands. Coming out is Brock Harris, gathered by Jed Corbett. He can have a running shot on goal. And it's out on the full. Free kick to Northwogger. They'll look to bring this one back in. That far side. Kicks this one high. Under it is Jed Corbett. Takes a good mark there. At half forward for the Lions. Can come inside. His kick smothered there. Gathered by McCree for Northwogger. On to Drum for Northwogger. Mark at centre forward there by the Northwogger Saints. They quickly play on here. Coming out to meet it is Dylan Freeman. Taps this one forward. Gathered by Northwogger. Brave gain for Northwogger. Has a running shot on goal. Kicks this one high. Nick Madeley races back to cover it, but it's through for a goal. That's a goal to Northwogger.
Get out of the centre, boys.
Takes them on to 4 goals, 2-26 to the Lions. 1 goal, 2-8. Lions currently sit 3rd on the Wagga District Junior Under-15s ladder. Northwogger sitting 7th. Back up in the ruck again. McCree for Northwogger. Taps that down to Charlie Smith for the Lions. Gets his kick forward. Good mark by Harrison Fisher across half forward there. He plays on quickly. Chips one over the top to Jake Underwood. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Northwogger. Good tackle by Jake Underwood, but it's deemed the Northwogger opponent didn't have possession, so it's a free kick to the Saints. He kicks this one high, but sitting under this is Lockie Bomb on the wing there for the Lions. Kicks this one forward to Jake Underwood. Ball's on the ground there, regathered by Jake. Gets a good pass to Jed Corbett. It's on the 50 there on a tight angle. He looks to bring this inside. Finds Zach McPherson, 40 metres out from goal. Kick's not beyond Zach. Very good quick kick of the football. He's going to go back and have a shot. Kicks on its way. It's going long to the goal square. And it's a good mark by Jed Corbett right on that goal line. No. Being given to North Wagga. So clearing kick there by North Wagga. Out to Boston McCree there. His kick is kicked wide and it's out of bounds in front of the club rooms. A chance for the Lions to reset. Umpire throws it up. Bond and McCree in the ruck. Taps down to Drum. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Charlie Smith. Ball's kicked forward there. Gathered by Just Guthrie. Gets his hand pass forward, but it's into the path of North Wagga there. They have possession. Goes wide to Boston McCree in front of the club rooms. Takes the ball in front of Cooper Higgins for the Lions. Kicks this one high. Under this is Max Harris. Sam Taylor for North Wagga regathers this, charges towards goal around the boundary line. Kicks this one forward. Under this is Freeman for the Lions, picked up by North Wagga. Kicks around the corner there, and it's through from behind. Takes the North Wagga Saints on to 4 goals, 3-27 to the Lions, 1 goal, 2-8. Josh Guthrie to bring this in for the Lions. He elects to play on. No, he's been called back by the umpire, Lucas Hattie. 5 minutes gone in this second term. Kicks this one long out of fence, but it's gone low, and it's almost marked by North Wagga across half back there. Good tackle by Charlie Smith, and he's been rewarded there. Takes possession across half back for the Lions. Kicks this one high. Under this is Jed Corbett. Shoved under it by his North Wagga opponent. They regather there. Gets a kick out wide to Boston McCree. Bumped off the ball there by Jed Corbett. And he's taken over the sidelines. The umpire will call for a ball up. Lockie Bond in the ruck for the Lions. Tapped down by Bond into the path of Jed Corbett. Gathered by McCree there for North Wagga. Kicks this one forward. It's bounced over the top of Max Harris there. Gathered by North Wagga. Can pass inside there for North Wagga. Picked up by Max Harris. Gets his hand pass away. Gathered by Charlie Smith. Sam Taylor wrapped up in a strong tackle by Smith. Sam playing for North Wagga this quarter. Bond taps this down into the path of Charlie Smith. It's been grabbed by Boston McCree. North Wagga kick there, kick away, and it's out over the sideline. It's just a stalemate at the stage. The umpire will ball it up. Lucas Hattie in the North Wagga forward line. Beautiful sunny day here at Gammain Sports Ground. Bond taps us down into the path of gain, but he's over the sideline, and the umpire will call it back for another ball up. 7 minutes into this second term. Bond and McCree, tap forward by McCree into the path of Xavier Drum. Has a kick around the corner, but it's coming out from bull back there is Dylan Freeman. Takes a good chest mark in front of his opponent. Looks to go forward, looking for Matt Stockman. It's gone through his hands, over the back to Zach Kennedy. He can get a clearing kick out of defence there, but numbers there for North Wagga. Gathered it in there. Forced back there by the Lions. Coming through off the ground there is Josh Guthrie. Gathered by North Wagga. Kicks this one deep into the forward line there. Jed Corbett takes the ball there. Clearing kick out of defence for the Lions into the path of Jake Underwood. He can't gather it in though, but it's gathered by North Wagga. He kicks forward, looking for Boston McCree. Good shepherd there by Braith Gain. Numbers for the Lions under this one. Sam Taylor for North Wagga tries to pick it up, but he can't. Gathered there by Max Harris. Gets his kick away. Picked up by Matt Stockman. Hand pass to Nick Badley. He dodges around one. Back inside to Max Harris. Gets his hand pass back to Nick. Dodges around one. Gets a kick away. Looking for Lockie Granger here on the wing. Zach McPherson under this one. Tries to tap it on into the path of Jake Underwood. Gathered by him. Can swing around on his left as Zach McPherson pushes forward, but it's bundled. Rolls out over the sideline. It'll be another throw in or throw up in front of the North Wagga box. Ball's thrown up. Granger and McCree in the ruck. Gathered by McPherson there. He tries to pick it up. Kicks it off the ground into the path of Oliver Graham there. Ball's picked up there by Lockie Granger. Good pressure there. And the ball's out on the full. Free kick to Jake Underwood in front of the North Wagga box. Lions just got a tack of the fumbles there at the moment. They're not handling this ball cleanly. So he kicks short, looking for Jed Corbett and finds him there. He's 60 metres from goal. North Wagga with numbers back in defence. Kicks this one inside. Ball's on the ground there, charging out is Zach McPherson. He gathers it in, gets a hand pass over the top to Harrison Fisher. He picks it up, swings on his right, kicks this one high. Under this is Brock Harris. Ball's on the ground there, charging through is Oliver Graham. He gathers this up, tries to get his kick away onto Lockie Bomb. He slips over there, gathered by Charlie Smith. Breaks one tackle, hair pass back to Brock Harris. Lions lose possession here. North Wagga coming out of defence. And gathered there by Charlie Smith onto Jed Corbett. Hand pass back to North Wagga there. They clear this ball out of defence now. Into the path of Sam Taylor. Race for the ball here between him and Nick Madeley. Picked up by Zach McKennedy. Goes through his feet. Picked up by Granger. Gets his kick forward. Numbers here for North Wagga. Lockie Bomb comes through strongly there. The ball's on the ground. The umpire will call for a ball up. Centre half forward there for the Lions. 10 minutes gone in this second quarter as McCree for North Wagga taps that down. Picked up by Charlie Smith. Dodges around one. Back inside to Granger. He's pulled off the ball as he kicks. Gathered by Xavier Drum for North Wagga. Kicks this one high looking for Brave Gain. He gathers it there on the takes a mark. Swings and play on. Dodges around one, gets a hand pass off to North Wagga, teammate, back to Gain. Can get his kick forward here, under is Freeman, it's gone out over the back, race of the ball from Josh Guthrie, and it's out over the sideline. Be another throw up there, deep in that forward pocket for North Wagga. 11 minutes gone in this second quarter. 4 goals, 3-27 North Wagga to the Lions, 1 goal, 2-8. The ball's thrown up. Gathered there by North Wagga, has a shot on goal, but it's out on the full. Josh Guthrie will take the kick for the Lions. You look to bring this back into play. 11 minutes gone in this second term. Kicks once long, looking for Charlie Smith. Brave Gain almost takes the mark for North Wagga over the back. Hand pass inside for North Wagga. A kick forward there coming out from defence as Josh Guthrie keeps in front of him. On to Max Harris there. Gets a hand pass back to Toby Foster. He has to kick high. Jed Corbett sits under this one. Takes a good mark there at centre half back for the Lions. Use it over the top there to Jake Gaynor. He can run onto this one. Gathers it in, can swing back on his left. Hand pass to Zach Kennedy. He's got room to run on. Chips one over the top. Good kick. Finds Harrison Fisher in front of that scoreboard. He can chip another one looking for Brock Harris, but he's cut off there by his North Wagga opponent and takes it over the sidelines on that far side. 13 minutes gone in this second quarter. Granger in the ruck for the Lions. Taps this one forward. Gathered by North Wagga there. Picked up by Granger. Back to Zach McPherson. Hand passes over the top looking for Fisher. Gathered by North Wagga there. Clearing kick out of defence and finds a teammate across half back. He can play on. He's got Xavier Drum for North Wagga on that far wing. He can't take the mark. Play on, says the umpire. This one's gone high. Sitting under it is Josh Guthrie. It's gone out the back. Charging through is Sam Taylor for North Wagga. He can have a running shot on goal and he's put it through for the Saints. That's their 5th goal. Takes them on to 5-3-33 to the Lions. 1 goal, 2-8. The Lions haven't added a score in this second term. Back to the centre of the ground. Lockie Granger in the ruck for the Lions. Boston McCree playing for North Wagga. McCree taps this out to the back, gathered by North Wagga. Kick comes forward, marked by Xavier Drum. He plays on, sends this one forward. Under this is Max Harris, who almost takes the mark. Sam Taylor tries to reel it in, hand pass back to Josh Guthrie. He tries to get his kick away. Play on, says the umpire. Good tackle by Max Harris. Picked up by Toby Foster. Clearing kick for the Lions there, but it's marked by North Wagga. Cross half back. Chip over the top there. In the pocket is Cooper Higgins. He's caught high there by Braith Gain. And it'll be a free kick to Cooper Higgins there. Oh, umpire Lucas Hattie's elected to ball it up. Granger and McCree in the ruck. Tap down to Higgins. Stockton keeps that in, but it's dribbled over the side. It'll be another ball up just in front of the commentary box.
Let's work there, mate.
14 minutes into this second term. McCree for North Wagga. Granger for Ganmain. Tap down by McCree into the path of Taylor. Gets his kick away forward. It's gone over the top. It's rolling towards goals. Charging through is Dylan Freeman. And he kicks that one through for a behind. Saving effort there from young Freeman. Josh Guthrie to bring this back in for the Lions. Chips one short in the pocket. Finds Higgins. All on his own. He can chip one over the top to Stockton. Takes a mark in front of McCree. Come inside looking for Charlie Smith and finds him. He can play on here. Elects to do so. Gets a hand pass on to Jake Guthrie, back to Smith. He can send this long into the forward line for the Lions. In front is Brock Harris, but it's a good mark by, I think that's young Cooper Connolly there at the back. Younger brother of Jackson Connolly, plays for the Lions in seniors. And he's clearing kick for the Lions. Gathered by Bond. He sends this one forward. It's a big kick. It's rolling towards goal, but it's through from behind.
Get someone on him, Coops. Get someone on him.
So that takes the Lions on to 1 goal 3-9 to North Wagga. 5 goals for 34. North Wagga look to bring this in now. They're going to come to the club room side. Under this is McCree. In front is McPherson. McCree gathers it in, tries to get a kick away. Higgins and Connolly for North Wagga go for the ball. Gathered by Higgins. He's wrapped up in a tackle there. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Bomb and McCree in the right. Bond taps that down to McPherson, but gathered by McCree there. Kicked high. Under this is Stockman. In to assist him is Jake Underwood, and it's knocked over the sidelines there in front of the club rooms. Another ball up. Conditions warming up here today at the Ganmain Sports Ground. Bond for Ganmain. McCree taps that back though to Gain. Gets a kick forward for North Wagga. Under this is Josh Guthrie. Takes possession. Swings around on his left and finds Cooper Higgins. Takes a mark there in front of the commentary box. Could go inside to Max Harris. He's under pressure though by Xavier Drum. It's gone through his hands. Gathered by North Wagga. Can chip one forward. Finds Sam Taylor at half forward. He can go over the top looking for Braith Gain. Tries to run onto this one. Max Stockman slips over. North Wagga try and pick this up. It's gone out the back there. Gathered by Cooper Higgins. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Sam Taylor. And the umpire call for a ball up in that North Wagga forward line late in this second term as the siren goes. So at half-time, we have the score 5 goals for 34 for North Wagga to the Ganmain Lions. 1 goal 3-9. Good efforts in that quarter by Charlie Smith and Jake Underwood. Jed Corbett was prominent there at centre forward. But the Lions have got a game on their hands here. And they'll have to just tighten up their efficiency with their skills. little bit of a attack of the fumbles there and need to sort of back each other up and start to use their voices a bit and get themselves back into this game. So as halftime is now occurring, we'll have a break and return at the start of the third term. So we're back again to start this third quarter in this under-15s game between the Gammain Grongol Madong Lions and North Wagga Saints. It's tapped down by Boston McCree, but charging through is North Wagga. The ball's kicked forward. Racing out to the ball there is Zach Kennedy for North Wagga, but it's picked up by Cooper Higgins in defence there for the Lions. Gets his hand pass away to Brave Gain. Dodges around one, sends this one forward, looking for Zach McPherson. He takes the mark there. Cross half forward for Lions, chips this one over the top and finds Sam Taylor. 40 metres out from goal, straight in front. Chip this one over the top and finds Boston McCree all alone, and he can play on and register the first goal of the third term for the Lions. That'll take the Lions on to 2 goals, 3-15 to North Wagga, 5 goals, 4-34. So goal scorers so far for the Lions is Jed Corbett with 1 and Boston McCree with 1. So playing for North Wagga this quarter is Tom Swan, Zach Kennedy, Brock Harris and Nick Madeley. Tapped down by Boston McCree into the path of Brave Gain. He charges through the centre there. Can chip this one over the top looking for Lockie Bomb. It's gone through his hands, but he regathers well and he can run into an open goal here and register the second goal for the Lions for the quarter. Good work by the Lions there out of the centre. Boston McCree dominant in that ruck there. Very good skills by Brave Gain. Got that ball forward. Just the weighted numbers there by the Lions. Resulted in a goal to Lockie Bond. Back to the centre. Boston McCree taps that forward into the path of Charlie Smith, but gathered there by Cooper Connolly for North Wagga. Clearing kick here by North Wagga into their forward line. Under this is Cooper Higgins. Gathers that ball in, can run it out of half back there. Go wide to Sam Taylor. It's on the ground there. Chase here. Explosive speed by North Wagga opponent there. Gathers that one in. Back to Nick Madeley. He can't hold on to it. Gathered by Sam Taylor. Gets a hand pass to himself, regathers it in, gets a quick kick away. It's on the ground there, picked up by Matt Stockland. Back to Boston McCree. Can chip one forward looking for Jed Corbett. Bounces in front of Zach McPherson. He can't hold on it. Jed Corbett's wrapped up in a tackle, gets his hand pass away. Comes back to Charlie Smith. He charges through there. He can have a pass into the pocket there and finds Lockie Granger. He can swing around on his right. He's got Braith Gain in the pocket, in the goal square, and he sends it through for the Lions third for the quarter. Lions starting to show some good efforts there with their teamwork, their use of the football. Very, very fumbly, very second guessing in that first half, but they've started this third term very well and have kicked the first 3 goals. Takes them on to 4 goals, 3-27 to North Wagga's 5 goals, 4-34. Lions very strong across half back there. Cooper Higgins, Josh Guthrie, Xavier Drum. Not allowing North Wagga to get that ball forward. So back to the centre of the ground. Boston McCree in the ruck. Taps it down. Taps it forward again. Into the path of Brave Gain. He's wrapped up in a tackle there. Ball comes out. Gathered by Gain again. Jake Underwood tries to pick that up. He's gathered. Tackled by North Wagga. Ball comes out. It's held up. Umpire Lucas Hattie will call for a ball up there. Cross centre half forward for the Lions. McCree in the ruck. Taps this forward into the path of Jed Corbett. He tries to pick it up. Coming through is Cooper Connolly there. He's Tackled when he hasn't got it, but it's cleared there by Norfolker, high and wide. Race for the ball here by Xavier Drum. Bounces in front of him. He taps it on to Matt Stockman. He gathers it in. Kicks this one forward, looking for Jed Corbett in the pocket there, but it's out over the sidelines. And the umpire call for a ball up. 40 metres from the Lions' goal. 5 minutes into this third term. Up it goes. Tap forward there by McCree. Into the path of Charlie Smith. Gets one over the top to Jed Corbett. He can swing around on his right. Has a shot on goal and it's good. It's another goal to the Lions. That's Jed Corbett's second goal of the game. Takes the Lions on to 5 goals, 3. 33 to Norfolker. 5 goals, 3. 5 goals, 4, 34. So current, Jed Corbett has 2, Brave gained 1, and 1 also to Boston McCree and Lockie Bond. McCree taps that down, regathers again, gets a hand pass out the back to Cooper Higgins. Gone through his hands, he's had to recover, gets his hand pass away to Josh Guthrie. He's wrapped up in a tackle, play on, says the umpire, picked up by Grave Gain. Gets one over the top and finds Zach McPherson. He can chip this one short, looking for Jed Corbett. It's gone through his hands. Lockie Bond's regathered there, it's on the ground. No one can pick it up at this stage, and the umpire's letting it play on. It's like tunnel ball there at the moment, and he's blew the whistle, and it's going to be a ball up 30 metres out from the Lions' goals. Bond in the ruck there, taps this one down into the path of Charlie Smith. He tries to bust through there. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says play on. Ball's in the goal square there. Picked up by McCree. He can't get his kick away. The ball's come out the back to Jed Corbett. He gathers it in, has a quick snap on goal, and it's still in the game, still in play there. Harrison Fisher toes it off the ground, and he's towed it through for a goal. Good goal, Harrison Fisher. Good persistent effort there from the Lions. That's Harrison Fisher's first goal. Very clever play. That takes the Lions to 6 goals, 3, 39. They've closed. They've hit the front. 7 minutes into this third term. Bond in the ruck, but it's tapped down by Norfolker. Into the path of Cooper Higgins. Gathered by Charlie Smith. Gets his hand pass away to Zach McPherson, who was at his feet. Regathered by Charlie. Gets his hand pass away. Gathered by Jed Corbett, swings around Tom Swan, has a running shot on goal, but it's hit the point post, and it'll be a ball up deep in that pocket, deep in that Lions pocket. Numbers slow to get to this ruck contest. McCree in the ruck, taps this down to Brave Gain, straight into his path. Has a dribble kick at goal, but it's cut off there by Norfolker, through from behind. Norfolker look to bring this one in quickly. Bit of indecision there, goes short. Cut off by Lockie Bomb. He can have a shot on goal here. Kicks on its way, but it's off to the side, through from behind.
Good, Bobby, good work. Come, Bobby.
9 minutes gone in this third term.
Charlie, hang out the back there, mate.
Most of the players in the Lions half as Norfolker look to take it out the far side. Sitting under this is Matt Stockman. Goes through his hands, gathered by Norfolker there. Clearing out of defence there. Cutting it off across half-back is Max Harris. He gathers this one. He can send it back in. Tackled as he kicks this one. Under this is Zach McPherson. Tries to pick it up. Gets it off to Cooper Higgins. He can chip one into the forward line. Under this is Harrison Fisher. Goes through his hands. Gathered by Norfolker there. Good tackle by Jed Corbett. Play on, says the umpire. Picked up by Brave Gain. And he scores a goal. His second goal. Good pressure there from the Lions. Resulted in that goal. Coach Christian McPherson and Christian McCree be very happy with the efforts of the Lions so far in this third term. Takes them on to 7 goals, 5 to North Wagga, 5 goals, 4. Brave gains second goal for the quarter. Back to the centre of the ground. Lockie Bomb in the ruck for the Lions. Lions been dominant in this centre clearances as Bond clears his own tap onto the path of Jed Corbett at centre half forward. He can send this one high into the forward line. Under it is North Wagga. Good mark there to the North Wagga opponent deep in the forward pocket there. Clears this ball out of defence. Under this is Jake Underwood for the Lions. Ball's gathered by Zach McPherson. Gives a little hand pass to Jake Underwood. Back to Zach McPherson. Tries to get one on forward there. Good pressure by North Wagga there. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Jake Underwood. Back to North Wagga there. They get this clearing kick in front of the club rooms there. Race for the ball there by Josh Guthrie. But the boundary line's going to beat him. And the umpire will call for a ball up right in front of the club rooms. 11 minutes gone in this third term. Lockie Bond in the ruck. Taps his good tap down to Cooper Higgins. Good work onto the path of Josh Guthrie. Can kick this one forward. It's just stayed into the field of play. A mark to Boston McCree. He can come inside to Jed Corbett at centre half forward there. He takes the mark. Hand pass on to Charlie Smith. It's at his feet. He swings back onto his right. Kicks this one over the top, looking for Brafe gain. Gathered by Oliver Graham. Picked up by Brafe. And he's kicked a goal. He's third for the term. Good effort. They kept that one alive, the Lions. That's Brave's third. They've really upped the ante in this third term. Just need to improve their handballs a bit. A lot of handballs are hitting the deck or not quite hitting their targets. The pressure's come off the game this quarter. That's something they need to work on as they continue on in this game. Boston McCree comes into the ruck now. Taps that one down. Regathers himself. Gets a hand pass out to Charlie Smith, who's been prominent in this third term. Finds Zach McPherson across half forward there. He can send this one long. Kicks this one high. Through the hands of Lockie Granger, onto Lockie Bomb. He tries to gather this one in. Gets his kick away right on the line and it's through for a goal. Another goal to the Lions. That's Lockie's second. Eight-goal quarter so far for the Lions. Takes them on to 9-5-59 to 5-4-34. Tapped down by McCree, but picked up by Connolly for North Wagga. Clearing kick out of the centre by North Wagga. High under this is Josh Guthrie. He taps that forward to Charlie Smith. Hand pass on to Max Harris. Gets his kick away into the path of Zach McPherson. He props, tries to gather. Picked up by Jake Underwood. Gets his hand pass away to Xavier Higgins. He gathers there on the half-forward flank, can kick this one high, looking for Lockie Bomb. He sits under this one. Ball's on the ground there. Coming out of defence is North Wagga. They keep this in front of them. Clearing kick wide. A race for the ball here from Brafe Gain and his North Wagga opponent. Two speeds there. The ball's held up there. Trapped. Regathered by Brafe. Comes inside and finds Jake Underwood at centre half forward. 50-metre penalty there. North Wagga fella just stepped over the mark. This will march Jake Underwood right down into the goal square. And he kicks the goal. The Lions' ninth for the term. Jake Underwood's first. $14 minutes gone in this third term. It's been all the Lions. Back to the centre. Creed Thumps this one forward into the path of Brave Gain. Been very good this third term. On to Matt Stockman. Chips this one high, looking for Charlie Smith, but under it is Jed Corbett. Takes a mark at centre half forward. Lions just getting held up there across half forward, allowing North Wagga to get numbers back. And almost marked there by Zach McPherson. Called to play on, has a running shot at goal, and it's through from behind. Ten goals, 66 to 5 goals, 34. North Wagga trying to bring this out. It's out over the sideline. Umpire call for another ball up. That far pocket for the Lions. Very crowded forward line at the moment. Bond in the ruck for the Lions. Ball thrown up. Taps this one down. Gathered by Sam Taylor. Swings around on his right. Kicks this high to the goal square. Under this is McCree. Can't hold on the mark. Tries to gather it in. Gets his hand pass back inside as he's pushed into the fence. Picked up by Oliver Graham. Tries to get his kick away. Picked up by Brock Harris for North Wagga. Coming through is Jake Underwood. He just couldn't control it, but regathers. Chips this one back inside of the centre of the ground. Charging through is Lockie Bond. Trying to grab her it there. Picked up by him. Tries to get his kick away. Smothered, and it's forced through there by North Wagga. Good defensive effort. As they North Wagga bring it inside, find Brock Harris on that half-back flank for North Wagga. He comes inside. North Wagga attempt to clear this ball out of fence, but there's a brick wall across the centre of the ground there. Cooper Higgins takes the mark and sends this back in high, looking for Zach McPherson. Just couldn't quite hold on to play on, says the umpire. Coming back inside to Charlie Smith. Dodges around 1, 2. On to Xavier Drum. He has a snap at goal, and it's marked by Boston McCree right on the goal line. And he'll go back and slot it through for the Lions. That's his second. That's their 10th for the quarter. As the siren goes to three-quarter time. The score currently is 10 goals, 7, 73 for the Lions to the Saints. 5 goals, 4, 34. Rafe Gain was very good in that quarter. 3 goals for him. Boston McCree in the ruck was very good. Charlie Smith really putting a good effort in there in the midfield. As we'll take a break, 1 term to go in this under-15s game in the Wagga District Junior Football League. Welcome back to this game between the Gammon Lions under-15s and North Wagga Saints under-15s. Start of the final term. Ball's cleared there by North Wagga. Good spoil there by Josh Guthrie into the path of Charlie Smith. Back to Josh Guthrie. Hand pass out to Cooper Higgins. Gets his hand pass over the top to Tom Swan. Gathers it in. Another one to Josh Guthrie. He's held up there. Gets it back to Tom Swan. Back to Cooper Higgins and goes wide and finds Boston McCree. He can chip this one over the top. Finds Jed Corbett. He spills the mark but plays on. Wrapped up in a tackle there. Gets his hand pass away. Picked up there by Xavier Higgins. Taps this one high and wide. Gathered by Jed Corbett there. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Gets his hand pass away to Zach Kennedy. Gets this one on to Joseph Meyer. Picked up by Matt Stockman there for North Wagga, but it's into the path of Boston McCree. Smothers that one. Picked up by Xavier Jump. Dodges her one. Sends this one long and high. Under it is Lockie Bum coming out from full forward there. Almost takes the mark. Play on, says the umpire. Ball's on the ground there, picked up by North Wagga. Clears it out of the fence there, and under this one is Xavier Drum. Takes a mark there in front of the North Wagga box. He can send this one back in. Kicks it long and low. On the ground there in front of Jed Corbett. And the umpire call for a ball up. Boston McCree in the ruck for the Lions. Plenty of numbers around the ball. Taps into the path of Charlie Smith. Gets a hand pass over the top to Joseph Meyer. Charging out of defence is Norfolker there. Picked up by Brock Harris. He couldn't get his kick away. Ball held up in the goal line there. Charlie Smith gathers. Gets a hand pass on to Lockie Bond. And it's forced over the sidelines. Over the goal line for a behind. First score of this final term. Norfolk will bring this wide, but it's cut off by Sam Taylor there across half forward for the Lions. Looks to bring this one back inside to Zach McPherson. Goes through his hands. Norfolk will try to clear this one, but gathered by Zach Kennedy there. He spills the hand pass. Picked up by Lockie Bomb. Jed Corbett snaps one around the corner, and it's through for a goal. First goal of the final term to the Lions. Bit of scrappy football, but they've got it through. That's Jed's third goal of the game. Oh, umpire deemed it was touch, sorry. So it's not a goal. Oh, Norfolk will bring this back in. Almost marked by this young fella. He's been very good for Norfolk today, this fella. And he gets the free kick there. Although his kick smothered. Picked up by Charlie Smith. Good smother there by Tom Swan. He brings it back inside, finds Brave Gain. Can send this one long, looking for Lockie Bond on a good lead. He's showed plenty of presence leading out from full forward there so far in this quarter. He can chip this one over the top, looking for Brock Harris. Coming through is Matt Stockman for Norfolk. Zach Kennedy makes a good tackle. Gathered there by Norfolk, run out of defence there. Kicks low, touched by Xavier Higgins. Coming through is Josh Guthrie. Dodges around one, can chip one into the pocket there and find Boston McCree. He plays on, has a shot on goal, but it's through. No, it's through from behind. Another behind for the Lions. Takes them on to 12-9, 81 to 5-4, 34 for Norfolk. Norfolk will clear this out the far side there, but miss kick there and finds Jake Underwood for the Lions across half forward. He can come inside, finds Sam Taylor, and he's marked the ball 40 metres out. Likes to go back to Jake Underwood. Deeper option. He can come back inside to Xavier Higgins. Lions chipping this one around. He elects to send this up for goal, and it's deep in the pocket. It's kept in the field of play there, and out over the boundary line will be a throw in that far, or ball up in that far pocket. Lions just going away from what they were doing in that third quarter, where they were getting that ball in quickly. Numbers have been pushed back now, and umpire's called it a point, so it's kicked in by Norfolk. Marked by Lockie Granger there for playing for Norfolk. He can come inside. Good spoil there by Xavier Drum. Regathered by Cooper Higgins. Hand pass on to Brave Gain. Goes back, finds Nick Madeley, cross half forward there for the Lions. He can go short, looking for Joseph Meyer. It's gone through his hands. Corbett tries to pick it up, tries to break around one, has a shot on goal. Under this is Lockie Bomb, through his hands. He tries to regather, has a snap around the corner as he's tackled. Norfolk will clear this one out of defence again. They've been very good down there. Numbers for Norfolk, get it out of that 50. Under this is Brave Gain. It goes through his hands. Cleared by Norfolk through the centre of the ground there. Harrison Fisher for Norfolk gathers this in. Back to Lockie Granger. As they get the ball into their forward 50, Norfolk a race here for the ball by Nick Belady. He gathers it in, gets his hand pass to Xavier Drum. He can clear it out of defence for Lions. Kicks this one high. Under it is Charlie Smith. Ball bounces back towards him. Gathered by Jake Underwood into the centre of the ground. Gathered by Cooper Conley for North Wagga. And they can send this one deep into their forward line. Chips one over the top. Good play. And he can run into an open goal. And it's resulted into the goal for Norfolk Saints. Good effort. Good play. So that takes them on to 6 goals, 4, 40 to the Lions. 12 goals, 10, 82.
$4.
7 minutes into the final term in this under-15s game in the Waggaran District Junior Football League. The Lions 15s will play Coolaman next week in the last game of the season before finals. Back in the centre of the ground, Lockie Bond in the ruck. Taps it down into the path for Charlie Smith. Gets a hand pass over the top to Zach McPherson. Picked up by Jed Corbett. Gets a hand pass back to Lockie Bomb. Gets this one high. Sitting under it is North Wagga there. Goes through their hands. Picked up by Sam Taylor. He's dropped it. Picked up by North Wagga. Get a kick away. Zach Kennedy tries to pick it up. Cleared by Matt Stockman off the ground there. Back to North Wagga. Ball's cleared out of fence, but straight into the path of Braith Gain. He's got numbers in the centre of the ground there. Jed Corbett takes the mark at centre half forward. Can move it quickly. Under this is Brock Harris. Coming from behind is North Wagga. Ball's on the ground there. Picked up by Matt Stockland. Goes over the top to Cooper Higgins. He gathers. Gets a hand pass out to Mick Madeley. He tries to gather it in. To Josh Guthrie, takes possession. Goes wide looking for Jake Underwood in front of that scoreboard. Gathered by Zach Kennedy. Can chip one over the top. Good play. Finds Jed Corbett at half forward. He can chip one short. Finds Xavier Higgins. But he makes a mess of it. Gone through his legs. He's regathered. Gets his kick forward. Under is Brock Harris. Gone through his hands. Regathered again by Brock. Tries to break one tackle. Gathered by North Wagga. They get a little chip out to Matt Stockman playing for North Wagga. Chips one in short to... Comes back into the centre of the ground there. Ball's on the ground there. Picked up by Brock Harris. Gets his hand pass away. Jed Corbett tries to pick it up, but it's cleared again by North Wagga. Out to Tom Swan for the Lions. Backed up by Braith Gain. It's gone through his hands. Charging through his North Wagga. Gets a hand pass away. Max Harris for North Wagga comes through. It's at his feet. He picks it up. Picked up by North Wagga again there. They kick this one forward there. Back in the centre of the ground. Nick Madeley can't gather it in. It's gone out the back there. He gathers hold of it now. Dodges around one. Gets his kick away out of the fence. Looking for Jake Underwood, but it's numbers here for North Wagga. Lockie Granger gathers it in for the Saints there. Under pressure by Jake Underwood. North Wagga get their kick forward there. Picked up by Zach McPherson. Jack to Jake Underwood. Hand pass on to Xavier Higgins. Coming through the centre of the ground. Kicks this one high, but it's all North Wagga under this one. They take a mark across half forward there. They've got numbers across half forward there to clear this one. They go wide to the wing there. Under this is Charlie Smith, but it's marked by Zach McPherson. Comes inside, finds Jake Underwood. He can go wide to Braith Gain, who marks over the back of the pack. He can chip this one short and finds Sam Taylor 30 metres out, straight in front. Might be 35 metres out. Sam can go back and take his kick here. Comes in on his approach. Ball's going to fall short into the arms of Boston McCree. He gathers it in. Gets a hand pass to Brock Harris. Has a shot on goal on his left, and he's kicked it. Very good goal. Much needed goal for the Lions. Been under a bit of pressure in this last term. That's Brock's first goal. North Wagga 6 goals, 440. Trail the Lions. 12 goals, 1183. Back to the centre of the ground. 12 minutes gone in this final term. North Wagga win possession out of the ruck. Kick this one forward. Coming through is Max Harris, but he just spills the mark there. Gathered by Toby Foster on to Charlie Smith, but regathered by North Wagga here. Tries to get his hand pass away. Charlie Smith tries to barge through. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Hand pass on to Lockie Bond. He can send this one high. Sitting under this is Jed Corbett. Tries to use his body to push his opponent out of the way, but he's given away a free kick there. And it's a free kick to North Wagga at centre half back. They go wide. Numbers there for North Wagga. Race for the ball here between Jake Underwood and his North Wagga opponent. Bounces kindly for him, but he's wrapped up in a good tackle by Jake there. Connolly comes through for North Wagga. Picked up by Max Harris. Gets his hand pass away to North Wagga. Spilt the boil there. Regathered by Max Harris. He's wrapped up in a tackle there. Charging through as Xavier Jumpers. Good tackle to Charlie Smith. He gets possession. Numbers for the Lions in the centre of the ground. He goes wide, but it's almost marked by Lockie Granger there. Picked up by North Wagga. Kicked high, but sitting under this is Lockie Bonnet, centre half back. On to Xavier Drum. He can come wide, looking for Tom Swan. Ball's in dispute there in the centre of the ground. Picked up by Sam Taylor. He can charge away from this contest. Takes one bounce. Can send this deep into the forward line. Sitting under this, Broston McCree takes a good mark. 20 metres out from goal, straight in front. Go back and kick this one. Comes in on his approach, stabs it at high, and it's through from behind. Takes the Lions on to 12 goals, 12-84 to North Wagga, 6 goals, 4-40. North Wagga bring this one in. It hits the deck and picked up by Lockie Granger. North Wagga try and clear this one out of the fence. Players hovering over the ball here. It's gone out the back. No one can pick it up. Gathered by a push there, and it's a free kick to North Wagga. 14 minutes gone in this final term. Ball's kicked high. Sitting under this is Josh Guthrie. Takes the mark. Cross half forward there for Lions. Can send this one back in. Goes through the hands of Jake Underwood at centre half forward there. Clearing kick by North Wagga. Race for the ball here between Charlie Smith and his opponent. North Wagga player keeps his feet, stays in front. He's overrun it now. Picked up by Charlie Smith. Hand pass back inside. Looking for Brave Gain. He dodges around one. He can send this back in high. Sitting under this is Broston McCree, but in front is Zach McPherson. Takes a mark. He'll go back and have a shot. He's about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Distance won't be a problem. $15 minutes gone in this final term. Kick is on its way. It's looking good off the boot, and it's a goal. Goal to Zach McPherson. It takes the Lions on to 13 goals, 12-90 to 6 goals, 4-40. That's Zach's first goal of the game. Back to the centre of the ground. Lockie Bond on the ruck. Forces that one forward. Gathered by North Wagga though. They clear it out of the centre. Over the head of Charlie Smith. Tries to gather this one in, which he does. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Gets a hand pass to Toby Foster. Kicks this one high and finds Lockie Bond on that far wing. He can play on here. His kick's fallen short. Found North Wagga across half back there. Young fella goes for the barrel. That's eluded a number of players and rolls towards the 50 there for the Saints. Picked up by Matt Stockton. It's a hand pass away. Dylan Freeman chips it in front of himself. Regathered by Nick Milady. Tries to get around one. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Play on, says umpire. Matt Harris has a shot at goal for North Wagga there. Gathered by Josh Guthrie. He hand passes over the top to Xavier Hidden. Xavier Drumming, he elects to go out the far side. There's a good mark by Lockie Bond there across half back. Kicks one short and finds Cooper Higgins. Can come inside to Zach McPherson. He's under a bit of pressure of that mark, but he takes it. Gets a hand pass off to Cooper. Looking back to Zach. Picked up by North Wagga, sent back infield there. Marking attempt there by Xavier Drum. Gathered by Max Harris. Oh, he's just slipped over there at a crucial stage. Just copped one high, accidental. Max chips one short and finds the North Wagga teammate at centre forward there. Gathered by Cooper Connolly, and he'll have a shot on goal for North Wagga, and that's a goal right on the siren. So the final score, we have 13 goals, 12-90 for the Lions to the Saints, 7 goals, 4-52.
I'm so sore. I'm sore. Oh.
So that concludes our games today in the junior football here at the Gambian Sports Ground. Much better second half by the Lions. Had that 10-goal third term. Not so impressive in that final term, but they'll march on to next week's game against Coolum here next Sunday. Good performances there today by Charlie Smith, Jake Underwood, Brafe Gain, Sam Taylor, some of those older age group boys in the under-15s. So thanks once again to Baz for his camera work, and Tammy, and we'll sign off now, and I hope you enjoyed watching these games at a later date on YouTube. Thanks very much.